Sometimes life closes a door, just so it can open one you never knew existed. In the crumbling lanes of an old Indian town named Dharampur, where every morning smelled of rain-soaked mud and despair, lived a cobbler named Arman. His hands were stained with years of shoe polish and blistered by endless hours of work. He had no dreams, no future, just debts and disappointment as his daily bread. Arman often sat by the roadside under a neem tree, mending broken sandals and worn-out shoes for a pittance. He was the kind of man who, to the world, was invisible. Forgotten, he believed his fate was sealed, that destiny had overlooked him, that he was born to fix the shoes of men who'd walk toward greatness, while he remained rooted in the dust. But oh, destiny was watching, and it had something else in store. One stormy evening, when Arman was packing up his tools, a man came running into the shelter of the neem tree. His suit was expensive, but drenched. His shoes, Italian leather, were torn. "I need these fixed urgently," the man said. Arman looked up. "The rain has ruined them. Come back tomorrow." But the man threw a wad of cash on the ground. "I have a flight in 2 hours. Please." Reluctantly, Arman worked under the dim glow of a street lamp. As he stitched, the man asked, "Do you ever want to do more than this?" Arman scoffed. "Destiny put a cobbler's knife in my hand. Who am I to argue?" The man paused. "Destiny doesn't put tools in our hands. It just waits to see what we do with them." He left with his shoes, but not before handing Arman a small card. "Come to this address one day if you ever decide you're worth more." And just like that, he disappeared into the night. Days passed, then weeks. The card sat in Arman's old wooden box, whispering possibilities. The address was in Mumbai, a world away. What did he mean by, "if you decide you're worth more"? The words lingered in Arman's mind, like a forgotten melody returning in dreams. But how could a cobbler leave everything behind? One night, Arman's shop was robbed, his tools, his savings gone. All he had left was the card. Broken and beaten by life, he stared at the card as if it might speak, and perhaps it did. That night, without telling a soul, he boarded a train to Mumbai with only 2 shirts, a bag of bread, and a heart full of uncertainty. When he reached the address, his jaw dropped. It was a mansion, polished gates, security cameras, marble floors. He thought it was a mistake. The man introduced himself. Kabir Malhotra, CEO of one of India's biggest leather shoe brands. "I was once like you, Arman, a roadside shoe shiner, until one man changed my life. He told me, if you learn to see the opportunity inside pain, you'll never be poor again." Kabir offered Arman something no one had ever offered: a chance. Not charity, not sympathy, a challenge. He said, "You know shoes better than most designers I've hired. You've spent 20 years touching the souls of people who walked through life. That's wisdom no degree can teach." He handed Arman an internship and paid, at first with one condition: design a shoe that tells your story. For months, Arman worked tirelessly. He sketched by candlelight, studied foot anatomy, leather types, ergonomics. He cleaned the showroom during the day and watched online design tutorials by night. Others mocked him, a cobbler among designers. They called him a joke. But pain is a great teacher, and Arman had studied at its feet. Then came the presentation day. He unveiled a simple shoe, brown, worn-looking. But beneath its ruggedness, layers of memory stitched into every curve. A sole that never wore out. A grip that could climb rocks or walk red carpets. He named it Dust Walker. He said, "This shoe is for the invisible ones, the street cleaners, the night shift workers, the cobblers. It tells them they can walk out of the dust and leave footprints on the stars." Silence, then applause, then orders. Thousands. Within a year, Dustwalker became a global phenomenon. Arman went from sleeping on train benches to speaking at international design schools. But he never forgot the neem tree, or the day destiny knocked. One evening, As Arman stood on a TEDx stage, a reporter asked during the Q&A, "What if that man had never given you his card?" "Do you believe in destiny now?" Arman smiled. "I do, but not as a force that decides our life. Destiny is a knock. It's our job to open the door." The lights dimmed. Then another voice came from the audience. An older man, frail, stood up. "I gave a card like that once, but I don't remember being rich." The room froze. Kabir Malhotra stood up in shock. "Papa," tears rolled down the old man's face. "I gave that card to a boy 30 years ago. I was broke, but I believed in him. I never knew what became of him. Until now." The crowd gasped. The man who inspired Kabir was now watching Arman. One seed, 2 lives. 3 generations of transformation. Destiny wasn't just a circle. It was a web woven by every small act of kindness. Sometimes destiny isn't about the path you walk, but who you lift along the way. This is the story of Arman the cobbler, who walked through dust to leave footprints on the sky. And if you've ever felt forgotten, invisible, broken, remember, your story isn't over. Destiny may be waiting just beyond the next door. All you have to do is knock back. If Arman's story touched your heart, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe you'll be the reason their destiny begins to change.